Hey, I have not pulled the decks out yet, but I'm not even going to worry about it because you get a slightly different angle today. Not a slightly different angle. You get a different angle today because I have to charge my iPad as I record this, and I don't for sure know what I'm doing. But they will come out as they come out. What can I do? I'm not sure. I do want to use some cards I haven't really used in a minute. So I'm going to use the. Oh! Yeah, let's pull through those. Or not two, only, but. I want to use these. Oops. Golden boy, born to love. Is that it? Can y'all see these? Oh my gosh. See, this is why this doesn't work. Give me 1 second. You are young, you're free. Why don't you sleep with me? We are young, free. I've got, who is that? Sebastian stuck in my head. Reminding me of my best friend. Okay, alright, so I feel like I need one more deck. Oracle and Norman Tarot. No. This is it, but I do want to still open with an angel. So, because I haven't done that in a minute, and I'm feeling it. I went to the store today. They had water, so thank goodness. I was very excited to see water in the store. But yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's see what my range is. I'm not exactly sure. Should I take those out? Nah. Okay, alright, let's just get this started. So, this will be my last day. I'm doing these daily uploads. I heard 7 days, excuse me, so I did 7 days. Girl, I'm the type of person that, like, almost seemingly no matter how much I like someone's content or how much I want to follow someone, if I get on social media and if all I see is them, it irritates me. It really does. And somebody that I like uploaded a bunch of videos yesterday, and I'm scrolling through my subscriptions for like literally like 45 seconds. Like, that's how many videos they uploaded, and I'm just like, this is irritating to me. I don't like this, and I've wanted to unsubscribe just to like remove all of them, but I didn't. But I can just be like that sometimes. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I just went to the store. I kind of sort of left my little bubble for the first time, and it was a very interesting experience because I don't have a lot of anxiety or fear in the house. There isn't any in the house, so I don't have to be around it. And so, like, then going to the store in public, I'm just like, oh snap! We got the 7 and the 9 of Ariel. 7, 8, 9. So that's why 8 of Ariel is in here. Wait, no. That would be the 7 and the 8. I'm dumb. Ooh, Ace of Michael and the 7 of Ariel. Okay. Alright, let's just do this. This one does not need to be long. So, I don't know what exactly this is. I'll do one more shuffle. 9 of Michael and the 5 of Raphael. And let's just go ahead and do this thing. So, I like doing it in threes. And then whatever comes out, please just give me one. I can kind of sort of barely see because there's a lot of shadow, but y'all can see, and that's what's important. Because, so the light is on the other side. I could clip it up there. Huh. I wonder if I move that, if that would actually work a lot better. Okay, let's see. I'm still in like a little bit of a weird space because of that dream I had last night where that girl like literally pulled out her own tooth, and I'm like, I don't think I don't think someone would have told you to do that. I was disturbed. Who is this? Oh, it's the Five of Gabriel with the Seven of Raphael at the deck. Okay, at the bottom of the deck. So, do I talk about this? I don't know. I might just do a bunch of generals. So, a challenge you can solve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. Okay. So, I think this is about having patience. Maybe having patience is the challenge. I'm also wearing my scarf today. You'll see this. I saw a different one in a dream last night. So it's that color and it's this color. I saw it in a dream last night, but it was gray and a color like this. So like the other half was gray and the other half was like this color, but it was only blues and yellows and like no greens. I was like, that's interesting. I was like, wow, I haven't seen that scarf in a minute. And then the Seven of Raphael is time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. I was seeing detox a lot because I was in a book, maybe looking at a card meeting or something, and like detox kept coming up and detoxification. So maybe some folks are detoxing at this time, or you should be detoxing at this time. Just like, I don't know, if you eat a crap ton of sugar, maybe eat a little less, or eat a little. I don't know. First we had 7 and 9. Now we have 5 and 7. So the odd ones are out today, but I do want to read this again because it says a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. Time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. So it's a challenge that you can resolve, and it's time to make a decision. Withdraw from the drama, but be clear on what you want and take action. And so maybe that's the energy of like, if there's something that you want to go after, then go after it. And if someone else is not going to believe in you, or if someone else is trying to stifle you or whatever, then it's like withdraw from them. If they're not going to support you, they're not for you right now. And if there's something that you need to move on, you need to move on it. And I'm going to start with the Lenormands because I feel like I can use the tarot to clarify these and not necessarily vice versa. Hold on, wait. This is the one thing I have to look out for. I only read my Lenormands upright, and I read them in at least 2s and 3s. Actually, let's go across the table, but we're going to start at the end. Can y'all even see that? Absolutely not. What if I do both of these? But I like reduce that so you can like, yeah, that's a little better. Let me turn this up a little. So I'm not trying to drown it out like either way, but so it's like you can see this one, yeah, and you can see these. Okay, that's decent. That one looks a little redder though. Is that better? Let's see. Because I'm trying to look at the lights. You know what? It's not that important. Okay, so first we have coffin. Or we're going to end with the coffin. That's ominous. And then we have the key. And I was talking earlier about how, like, coffins... Is that the sun? Yep. Okay, well, we have the sun. I guess the sun is going to come after the coffin, because that's what it wanted to do. Then we have the rods. The rider. No, the birds. Why did I say the rider? But the rider is on the bottom of the deck. Love that. Okay. The letter. And last but not least, who was that? The ring. Okay, so quite simply, there is this commitment that someone wants to make in this situation. And it's like they're telling the birds, they're putting the message on the wind, maybe trying to they're trying to reach you without reaching you. So maybe they're hoping that they'll bump into you in a dream, or that you'll just know. It's like it's almost like they're trying to communicate with you via telepathy and just hoping you get the message. Because I don't think they're actually they're writing the letter, but it's a letter carried by the birds. Because they can't really, I don't know, it's almost like they can't yet say it themselves. But they want you to know that it's like you are the key to all of their happiness, to the ending of their sorrow, and to the beginning of their brand new beginning. Yeah, because with the ring, the letter, this is a commitment that they're trying to communicate in some way that isn't, because if it was the ring and then the birds and then the letter, then I feel like it would have been like messenger pigeon, and even messenger pigeon. So it's like it's like they're doing it, but they're doing it in ways that they hope you notice, because I don't know if they still yet feel comfortable doing it. And the reason why I don't feel like they're comfortable doing it yet is because this rods card is here. And with the rods, I'm getting like a 10 of wands type of feeling. And I think it's both that them learning how to communicate this to you is going to be the key factor in putting their karmic past to bed and coming into these new brighter karmic cycles, because we have death, or we have the coffin and then the sun. So I think it's both you are the key to this, and them communicating it will be a second key. It's there are many, it's there's this hallway, and it's they unlock and open one door, and then there's another door, and they have this ring with 1,000 keys on it. And there are some times when they know what key to use, and so they don't have to fiddle through 1,000 keys. And then there are other times when they have to use a few keys before they get the right key. So it's they have 1,000 keys and 100 doors that they keep opening. And it's it's going deeper and deeper and deeper. And while they are exploring this, they're also hoping that you get the message that they're on their way. Potentially. What is this? I'm gonna do 2 of these for not this. Okay. I'll do one here. This is the Chariot. There you go. Le Chariot. And that is the Centaur. So it's Cancer, but also Sagittarian energy. And then it is the 9 of Pentacles, Frankenstein. What is this?
Sausages. Do you want any?
Sausages.
Do you want any?
Are you asking me if I want these?
No,
Or
do you
if I
want
want them
any?
cooked?
I'm getting ready to make some. Do you want any?
Is this all you making?
Do you want any?
How many are there? I'll take 2.
Okay.
Well, or 1, 2, 4,
I mean, don't
6.
worry about how many is there. How many you want?
2.
Okay.
I am out to my mother, so she knows that I love a good sausage. I'm so sorry. The sun and the moon are both in Aries right now, and Lilith is in Aries right now, and my Venus is in Aries. So once they all start hitting my Venus, I might be on here cutting up. I might be self-quarantining. Okay. Oh, so we have the Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Strength card. I think this is interesting because it's like, it's basically what I was saying. I feel like this person has realized and recognized that there is a certain element of balance that you bring to their life. And whereas they were good before, there's almost this energy of like they've done everything that they can do on their own, and now they're approaching this space. I feel like they've been in this space of desiring something more for a minute, but they weren't in a space to accept what it is that they are asking for, because there were things that needed to fall away first. And this is very, very strong energy on the board. You go from the Chariot Centaur to the Nine of Pentacles Frankenstein to the Ten of Pentacles Minotaur to Strength the Manticore. And like, the Centaur is a warrior. Look at this Minotaur. Like, Minotaurs ain't no joke. Manticores ain't no joke. And Frankenstein was kind of he was kind of sort of a beast. He was really strong. Right? And so I feel like this person is learning how to be a little softer. And in that, they're learning to be a little bit more vulnerable. And maybe that's another series of things they're working through. There's this energy of like accepting, because I think they've seen it, right? And if we look at this overall energy, it's like I feel like they've seen that with you, there is no drama, and they can still work towards everything they want to work towards. I feel like if you're a very supportive person... Okay, this was not out. So the woman holding a coin is in reverse. And on the bottom of the deck is the happy family upright. So yeah, with the woman holding a coin in reverse, I feel like there's almost this energy of like, because we go from the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, right? And so I feel like with the woman holding a coin upright, it's almost that energy of like, I'm good on my own. I don't really need anybody else. I feel like that speaks to a foundation that was built to, it's like a house built for one, but now you're trying to move an entire family in there. And so you're going to have to downsize. But you're not going to take away the plot of land. Like, you're not going to move, right? And so what you do is like you bust down a few walls and you expand the house. Or you just demolish and rebuild, right? But I think somebody is in this process of busting down walls, breaking down the walls, lowering the guard, being a little bit more vulnerable, feeling into that space, because I feel like it is a little raw. And so with the letters and the birds, I feel like either they're thinking on and reflecting on what you've done for them. With the letters, the bird, and the rods, I feel like there's this energy of like, maybe in dreams, maybe in memory, in thought somehow, without communicating with you, but it's like your presence is still helping them. And so they're communicating with these birds. And these birds are bringing in twigs and sticks and logs to help this person build a house. It's like this person is drawing up the blueprints, giving the blueprints to the birds, and then allowing the birds to fly out and to build this nest until the nest is ready for someone else to move in. Right? Like, that's how it's coming to me. And so there's this energy of patience that's going to be needed because was that the healer of the ages? The healer of the ages is at the new bottom. And I looked at it. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to stop looking at the bottom. Yeah, because that's exactly it. They're being, like I said, like this relationship, this shift and change in this dynamic, the experience of something new is what is like the key factor in this transformation to come to this better overall like life. And we have the sun here and we have strength here. So lots of Leo energy. And Leo energy is tough. Like, don't never count out a Leo. And they have a lot of heart too. So they're gonna fight for what? Like, they're gonna protect their pride. And I do want to get 3 more. So one is the Eight of Swords, Pegasus. So definitely, I was gonna say some movement. I think the trap is coming down. This is one of my all upright decks. And then 2 is the demon, the devil. And then 3, yeah, I'll take this one. Actually, I'll take both. No. I'll take this one and this one. But I'm going to leave this one in the middle. So then we have the 4 of Cups and the Star, with the 10 of Swords left at the bottom of the deck. I only wanted 3. So I'm going to interpret the 4 of Cups and the Star as 1 card. And then that's the Tooth Fairy and the Ghoul. That's interesting. So with this 8 of Swords, the Devil, and then the Tooth Fairy and the Ghoul, I'm almost seeing the Tooth Fairy and the Ghoul as like, it's like this Tooth Fairy is collecting all of the teeth, all of your baby teeth, right? The Tooth Fairy has held on to all the baby teeth, and then we have this Frankenstein right here. And it's like with the Tooth Fairy's magic, she's like, it's weird because it's like she's assembling all of your baby teeth into a pair of dentures. And once you put those on, then it's like you're back to your inner child. And so I feel like with this devil here, with the 8 of Swords, the devil, and then the 4 of Stars, which is the 4 of Cups. What star is that? Is there a star that's a cup? Aquarius is the water bearer. Aquila? No, Aquila should be an eagle. But yeah, I feel like with this, there's this energy of like deep healing. And it's almost like with this devil, I feel like there are a lot of things that since childhood this person thought that they couldn't have. And so this Tooth Fairy is like going back into her collection of all the teeth she collects from all the kids all over the world, right? And it's like she's sifting through and sorting through and getting these for you. And I feel like this energy is this with the birds and the rides, right? And so on your side, I'd say if there's anything that you need to be doing to be ready for this, then make sure you're doing it so you can be ready. And that's a reminder to me because I've been still stalling. Oh my gosh. I'm stalling. Why am I stalling? Why? Because this program ain't working. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to call them because of this whole mess fiasco that's going on. It's just not an ideal situation that I'm in to be doing what I'm doing, but it's fine. I'm going to call and take care of it. But yeah, it's because like, you know, when the birds finish the nest and when this person comes back, you want to be moving ready. So anything that you have to pack, anything that you need to prepare, anything that you need to get ready, I think that's what you should be doing right now. And that's this. This has been 20 4 minutes, so I'm actually going to put these away. And I'm going to do one more. Hope for a little bit of a different message. I might do 3 of these. I might not. I don't know. I'm not going to hope for a different message. It's just going to be whatever it is what it is. I'm going to give each of these 3 shuffles. So I'm not going to timestamp this, but you might want to skip ahead. I guess I could keep noting. So we have the Lovers and the Three of Michael. I'm actually going to read these because so make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, and the power of love. And then the Three of Michael is release the past. You will grow from this situation, and time heals all wounds. Because that's like Three of Swords energy. So I was like, ooh, the Lovers and the Three of Swords. That's interesting. But yeah, time heals all wounds. And it's a matter of time. I just keep thinking about that. Then it's the Nine of Gabriel and the Sun, which is like the Nine of Wands and the Sun. And I just saw the Sun. Just saw the Sun. I do that because I just want like different cards at the cut. And then the Ace of Raphael and the Eight of Ariel. So putting hard work into something new. But okay, all right, yeah, there we go. Potentially. Potentially. Of these. Ooh, okay. So the Book and the Ring. This is our story from Moulin Rouge just popped into my head, but a lot of the songs in Moulin Rouge are other songs. It might be quite simple, but I think that's Elton John. Now that it's done. Ooh. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. Now I can't. I'm too tired to even sing. The Garden and the Clovers. I feel like that's a meeting by chance in a very public forum. Serendipity. I talked about serendipity yesterday as well. It might be quite simple, but... And then we have the Bear and the Anchor. Ooh. I feel like that's deep work. Oh, man. Now that it's... But also... I feel like that's coming back into... It's like... coming into this space of really anchoring everything that comes in. Because it's like when the bear comes out of the cave, it's going to be spring. After the bear is done hibernating, it has to like go out and like get its energy back and eat and, I don't know, relearn the neighborhood just in case some new fish, some new salmon rolled into town over the winter, right? So it's like once you come out of that hibernation, you're not going to go back in. And so it's this energy of like, before you go outside, make sure you have everything because this is going to be a long trip and we're not going to be back for a while. And by the time we come back, you know, the movers are going to come in, move our stuff out. The construction crew, first the demo crew is going to come in and bust out some walls. And then the construction crew is going to come in, update the foundation, make it pretty. And then the movers are going to come back and move our stuff back in. And we hired some interior designers. And so things are going to be different. And they're going to look different. So anything you're going to want or need in this time, make sure you take it. Because you ain't going to be able to come back here. And so I think that's what that bear and that anchor is. It's just like really stressing. I feel like someone's feeling the weight of how important it is for them to be amply prepared right now. Because it's like after hibernation, but it's also before hibernation. Because you're leaving one cycle, but you're also entering a new one. And before, you know, they go into hibernation, they eat a lot. They basically eat for enough through the winter that, you know, while they sleep, it's enough energy to keep them alive. So we have the Magician in the Mirror and what is this? The Garden and the Gate in reverse. I actually love the energy because the Magician in the Mirror is all about manifesting the things in the unseen realm, and then the Garden and the Gate is all about knowing that like your spirituality will provide for your physical needs. So that's heavy manifestation energy. Then we have the seventh chakra archangel Uriel in reverse, and the door to value upright. It might be quite simple, but no, it's done. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I put down your words. The goddess of the moon upright, and the second chakra archangel Ariel. I've been seeing second chakra archangel Ariel so much. Okay, I think I overly did this. I kind of want to watch Moulin Rouge now. Mikey. Ooh, King of Wands and the Ten of Swords at the cut. I've been seeing the King of Wands so much. Every time I pick up the Witch's Tarot, I see that King of Wands. I just want to make sure I had these right. Excuse me. All right, let's get on a new frequency. Let's get on a new wavelength. Eight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. It's the Pirate and the Gorgon? Who was you? The Dryad. And under that was the Four of Swords. So with the Pirate, I feel like the Pirate is all about stealing something. And the Dryad is a nature spirit. I feel like if you aren't moving on from your past, you are allowing it to steal all of the abundance that you have coming in that you're manifesting. Six of Swords, Harpy, and the Nine of Wands, Pumpkinhead. Yeah, it's time to get out of that hyper defensive energy. It's like the war is over, so you can like let your guard down. All right, and then we have the Seven of Wands and boom, the Eight of Cups. Again, the Pirate. So yeah, because I feel like if you stay on the offensive, it's gonna take from you. With that Pirate and the Eight of Cups, it's like not walking away. And with the Pirate and the Eight of Cups, you may feel that like if you walk away, then you're losing out on something. But if it's a situation that's meant to come back, when it comes back, it's not going to be as it was when you left. On either side, like it's gonna work. If it's meant to come back, it's gonna work when it comes back. You're not gonna have the same issues that you had the first time. All right. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. All right, I'm done. At the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. It's the bottom of the deck. And then the Emperor slid out. The Emperor slide out. Oh, this is a lot of cards. So the Emperor came out. Archangel Uriel. Stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. So it's like you've been granted this a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. Now it's time to put some kind of action plan behind it to make sure you can carry it out. Next is New Beginnings, Judgment, number 20. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. A forgiving and compassionate review of the past. I think that's really important because the Eight of Cups came out twice, right? And I feel like there are times when we feel that we walk away from situations. I feel like there are times when we walk away from people, but we don't walk away from the situations. And so, even though we feel like we're Eight of Cupsing, like, if you walk away but you're still carrying the cups, it's like you pour the cups, you pour all of the liquid into jugs, and then you carry the jugs instead of carrying the cups. And you're like, I left the cups, but you still have the liquid. So, like you know, I feel like the cups weren't necessarily the terrible thing unless they were like broken, beaten, and bruised. Broken, battered, and bruised is what I wanted to say, but beaten worked his way in there. Like if the cups are beat up and they're not going to hold liquid, then yeah, leave the cups. But if what you're leaving is also the liquid in the cups because it's like poisonous or toxic, then it's like, you know, pour it out. Why are you putting it in a jug? But I feel like that's kind of sort of what this is saying. Like you've been given something brand new. Take care of it and release the things from the past. Oh my gosh, a third major, divine guidance, the Hierophant. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. Three majors. We go from the Emperor to Judgment to the Hierophant. So this is definitely making this new beginning solid. Then we have the Moon. The Moon. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. Look at all these majors. And last but not least is the Seven of Michael. Okay. But, of course, Michael had to come in at the end. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. I love this energy, though. I really do. It's like better is here. Like you wish for better. It's like you can do better. So now it's time to implement a plan. Leave everything from the past, everything that didn't work behind. It takes sometimes 99 successes to get one failure. Let's flip that. It takes sometimes 99 failures to get one success. And again, like 99 successes to get one failure, right? When you fail for the first time after you've been so successful in the past, it's gonna shock you. It's gonna call into question a lot of things. That's what happens to a lot of people. I went to Purdue, right? So a lot of people who go to Purdue are really smart, but when they experience that first semester of class and how difficult it is, when you realize that, like, yeah, you may have been like one of the smartest at your school or in your town, but there are smarter people out there. And once they get challenged for the first time and they don't do as well as they've always done, then it gets a little hairy for them. And they can go to really dark places because smart and being the smartest is so core to their identity, and it's never been challenged. And so to have it challenged for the first time can be really hard for some people. So that's like 99 successes and one failure. I feel like maybe that there could be like that energy going on. I don't know, maybe like somebody usually typically gets their way or they get what they want, or everyone that they've come across is a certain way, but then they come across someone different, and that one failure teaches them and gives them an opportunity to really, truly, fully, wholly grow for the first time because they've never really been challenged before. And then at the same time, if you've had 99 failures and then you get one success, I think it's then after that, you get the opportunity to look at, okay, so like what made this successful? And what can I continue to do to continue to get success where I got a lot of failure in the past? Either way, it's like analyze it, break it down, create a plan so you can continue the success or grow from the failure. Leave the failure in the past. It's like you keep the lessons, you keep your notes, but you leave the failure. You leave all of the feelings of frustration and disappointment and all of that, because like success, you have it now, you have the formula. And then with the Hierophant, it's like make sure you stick to that plan. With the Moon, it's like because I feel like things may become a little bit uncertain at times. And then with this Seven of Swords, it's like you don't have to do it alone. But if you are going to work with someone, make sure you're working with someone who's like supportive. Okay, I think I may actually only do 2 of these. Oh, we have the stars at the end this time. My hopes and dreams. And we have the Tower. Let's see, I'll take the one from the bottom. Oh, the 2 from the bottom. Okay. So we have the Mountain and the Crossroads. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this is a little heavy. This is a wee bit heavy. It ends with the stars though. So, man, but you got Crossroads and then the Mountain and then the Tower to get to the stars. So you're guided and protected and loved. Oh, I was like, wait, why am I looking at all these? Hello? Oh, that's why. Okay. Actually, is it this one? Yeah, it is. No, it's this one. This is the one I want. The house. Oh, that makes sense. And I'll take from the top. And it's the anchor. Oh, okay. All right. So the anchor, the house, the crossroads, the mountain, the tower, and the stars. This is some heavy energy, but it ends well. Um, I think this is the story of like 99 failures to get one success. Because I feel like it almost seems like you've lived so much looking at what you can't do and what you don't want. And even when you think about what you do want, it's because you're thinking about the stuff that you don't want. It's almost the energy of like, instead of saying like, I want something sweet, you say like, I don't want something bitter. I don't want something spicy. I don't want something salty. I don't want this. I don't want that. Like, just tell me what you want. Stop, stop telling me what you don't want. Tell me what you do want. Focus on what you do want. Quit focus on what you don't want. And I feel like focusing on what you don't want has served you well because it's kept you from things that you don't want. But it's almost like now it's time to stop doing that. It's time to start focusing on what you do want. And with these stars, trusting that you're not going to get something that you don't want. And knowing that if you get something that you don't want, you know you don't want it, so you're not going to accept it. But with the anchor in the house, I feel like someone was in had a very heavy home environment. Where it's like even at the house you were still guarded. And then you reach this crossroads because you see this beautiful tree. And it's like you come within the vicinity of this tree. Because this tree is kind of sort of like... Because let me look at this mountain really quick. Wow, all of that is the tree's roots. So yeah, it's like this tree is the only vegetation in this whole area. And so it's like you approach this tree and then, I don't know, it's like you breathe better. Like you get actual oxygen in your body instead of the smog. And oxygen, gas, air, communication, a tree, earth, stability. It's like you come into this knowledge and awareness that the stability that you have is toxically based. You come across, like you begin to know that you're only looking at what you don't want. And so it's like, you've been with this crossroads. This is similar-ish, but I feel like it's a little bit different because I feel like this could be the energy of like moving forward, right? This could be coming into abundance. Let's say that you've been manifesting some kind of abundance and you get an idea, you know how you're going to get there. It's going to require the planning and the self-discipline to actually get there. And a stick-to-itiveness and a determination that even when things may seem uncertain with that moon card, you're still going to keep going. So yeah, this is like this incoming abundance, right? That's the primary focus here. And so it's like you get in the vicinity of it and it's like you can breathe for the first time. And I feel like if you stay in the mode of focusing on what you don't want, when you get something that you do want, you're just going to be looking, it's like you're going to be focusing more on making sure that you don't check any of the don't want boxes. Like you're going to be so focused on that you're not even checking the want boxes. And then it's like, well, I don't have any boxes checked, so I don't know what to do with this. And it's like, okay, well, if you would have checked the want boxes, then you would know what you want to do with it. But all you're doing is not checking the boxes for all the things that you don't want. If that makes sense. Right? Let's say like, don't want sour, don't want salty, want sweet. All you're doing is like, you're eating it and you're focusing on like, is this sour or is this sweet? And you're like, no, it's not sour. No, it's not sweet. So you're not checking any boxes, right? Because you have a sour box, a sweet box. in a salty box. And you haven't checked any boxes because it's not salty and it's not sour. So you like that, but then you're not focused on the fact that it's actually sweet. So you're not checking the sweet box either. And so it's like now you don't know what to do with it. When if you were focused on like, is this sweet? Then you would be like, yes, boom. And you have a check. One check means you're good. Two checks means it's questionable or not worth it. Because if you have two checks, that's either sour and salty, or like salty and sweet, or sour and sweet. And you know you want sweet, but you don't want salty or sour. So if you have like one sweet and one sour, then that's like, I don't know if I want this because it is sour. It is sweet, but it's also sour. If you got three checks, then it's like, yes, it is sweet, but it's also salty and sour, and the salty and sour outweigh the sweet. So don't want it, right? You want one box. Well, I guess you want the box to be sweet, because if you check one like sweet, if you check one salty or sour, then it's like, ew, I don't want that. But the analogy still stands. You're not focused on the things that you do want, so you can't actually see that this is something that you actually want, because you're only focusing on making sure it's not something that you don't want. And I think that's why this mountain and this tower, I think that's why they're here. Because it's like this. Okay. Excuse me. Right? It's like this. Actually, it's like this. Ooh, the sausages are done. Everybody say sausage, keep it going. Eggs, bacon, grits. Just kidding. Okay. So it's like you are rising. I really don't want to do this, but let's see. We have the flowers. We have the moon. I almost called it the kiss because it's the kiss in the Wild Unknown Archetypes has a moon on it. And the coffin. Oof, I love this. Okay. So you have this road. One of them is hard, one of them is easy. Right? And the trick is, this is the crossroads. Oh, I love this. I'm so thankful that it came out this way because I really wanted it to. So we have the high road. The high road ultimately ends in the star, and the star is everything that you've been wishing for. But to get to the stars, you have to go through the mountain and the tower. And so at the jump, when you're at this crossroads, this path seems harder. And it's only harder because there are things for you to overcome. Now, this path at first seems easier, right? You have the flowers. It smells nice. You have this moon. The moon is a little bit questionable, but the moon comes after the flowers. And so if there's flowers and then a mystery, then, you know, flowers have to lead to something wonderful, but the flowers actually lead to the coffin. So I love this. And I love that this is the lower path and this is the higher path. And this is why I moved this up. It's because you are ascending to this path. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Kinda, sorta. Alright, this is how I want to do this. I don't even know if you can see all that, but you can kind of tell, right? So it's like you're doing this ascension, then you hit this crossroad point. Are you going to go do the hard work to ultimately climb your stars and keep rising? Or are you going to be distracted by what's easier, these flowers, that's at the same level as here, and then the moon is at the same level as the anchor, but the coffin is actually under it. So you end up in a position that's worse than what you started with. But you have to, and this is why it's so important to come up with a plan to release the past and to stick to it. Because when you're going through the mountains, knowing that you're coming from this, you're not going to turn around to go back here. And if you turn around, you're actually going to end up over here with the coffin instead of the anchor. So it's like you're going to be sleeping with the fishies, but you're not going to have an air tank. And then you have to climb up the tower. I feel like the mountain is sort of like getting all of the hard lessons. Look at that big old storm cloud. That's the mountain. Sorry. That's the mountain. But there's storm clouds above it, shoot. Look at the storm clouds over this mountain. And honestly, it's like I'm seeing the mountain as these storm clouds over this city. And then you have this tower in the city. And look how much lighter it is here. I feel like this is the accepting it because it is so hard, right? This is the tower moment. It's like you make the decision to get what you want, but to get to this tree, you're going to have to go boom. And the stars are leading you to this tree. But you have to go over the mountain, through the tower, and then like up the hill to get to the stars. That is the tree. I feel like I'm beating this to death. But yeah, I feel like the mountain is learning through the hard times. The tower is the establishing, it's the building, and then the stars is everything you want. I guess there's almost that Tower of Babylon feel, but not struck by lightning. At the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. The Cannibal. I don't know why I wanted to note that. Okay, let's pull 2 for here. First we have the Knight of Swords, Barbarian. Love that. That's action. You're going to have to put the truth in action. And we have the Empress, Kali. Ooh, that's the man-eater right there. Kali, I love that. But that's Empress energy. That's creating this new beginning. And then down here we have the Seven of Swords, again, Cannibal. I feel like the Seven of Swords, what is the Seven of Swords? Give me 1 second to remember. 6 of Swords is selling away. 7 of Swords is the thief, right? So yeah, I feel like with this Cannibal, if you take this path, that's going to be like you eating the very people who are sent to help you. It's like I'm seeing somebody like swallowing stars. And they're wondering why it's so dark, but they're swallowing all the stars at night. So how are you going to see if you keep eating all the stars? Hello? And no, I want this card right here. Ooh, 6 of Wands though. Oh, see. That's that golem though. And so that is that day 4. The one that's titled the Phoenix, the Demon, and the Reaper. This came up. And it was very this energy. It's like you have this hard decision to make. And the easy way out, you can take it. And the easy way out may seem at first like it's the right thing to do. But actually, like, the harder choice is going to be where you get the reward. And if the harder choice is like you doing the work to make sure you're in a space to receive and accept everything that you're hoping for, like, do that. If the easier choice is to just like throw your hands up and walk away, then don't do that, because I feel like that would be you eating the stars, keeping yourself in this darkness, thinking that you've won because you're like, oh, this is too hard, this is toxic, I'm gonna walk away. But like when you walk away, the victory that you get is soulless, right? Because the golems don't have any souls. It's like they're movable, they're mobile, they can do stuff, but they don't have any souls. Like, you're gonna be a puppet. You see him? That's the person that created you. And you just gonna be his puppet, thinking that you all whatever, but honestly, whatever you're doing is what he's telling you to do. We're breaking chains, man. We're breaking chains. And I'm gonna do this one. Oop, thank you. And then I'm gonna shut this down here. No need for this to be really long. Thank you for tuning in to day 7. If you've seen every day, wow, this is still gonna be like an hour. If you've seen every day, thank you. So we have adjacent possibilities up top, and then get one from the bottom. I'll take this one. And the sun in reverse on the bottom. And with this, it's funny because like the sun in reverse is sitting on top of the moon. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, you can. The moon and then the sun in reverse. Because I feel like this is going to look like it's the path because it's easier with these flowers. I feel like to the unlearned, that's going to look like the path that you should take. But it actually isn't. And it's almost this energy of like, if all of your wishes were fulfilled tomorrow, like, would you be ready for that? Like, honestly, though, and it's like, was it yesterday or the day before? When I was like, if someone gave you $1 million, let's say 100,000. No, let's say 500,000. Let's say 250,000. Let's say 500,000. If somebody gave you $500,000, and I say $500,000 because I have a lot of student loan debt, and $100,000, unfortunately, would not be enough for my student loan debt. Isn't that tragic? But it's gonna make my journey all the sweeter, so I'm not too worried about it. But let's say somebody gave you all this money. Would you have the wherewithal to turn that blessing into something that could last you the rest of your lifetime? Or would you like go out and blow all of the money within like 3 to 5 years? And then you're like, wait, I didn't get to do any of the stuff that, you know, would set me up for a lifetime because I was, you know, got a new house, got all these cars, I was flexing on these people, going on all these vacations, and you didn't actually plan for the future, right? And I feel like that's the energy, that's the space that we need to be in, because I feel like when all of these blessings and when all of this abundance comes in, if we don't know what to do with it, then it's like we're going to waste it. And so I feel like with all of the lessons that we've been learning, with all of the lack that you've been experiencing, and maybe that's this energy too. It's like, you know, you're looking at what you didn't have and what you don't have and what you wanted to do in the past, but you need to be looking at where you want to be in the future. And the abundance that comes in, I feel like it's partly to help liberate us from our pasts, but it's also to create and establish legacies. And so that's the reason why, like, I don't know, I feel like we need to be ready. Whatever we're asking for, whatever we're wishing for and hoping for, we need to be sure that we're ready when it comes in. Because if we're not, then it's going to be a wasted opportunity that I don't know if we'll get. All right, I'm actually going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching day 7. Again, if you stuck with me for all 7 days, thank you. You're amazing. And you're probably me. Let me stop. That's a joke. It's a joke. But yes, thank you. And I'm going to go eat. Have a lovely morning, day, evening, afternoon, whatever it is when you see this. Bye.